Hello, I'm FX Toycat, and the sheep update is such a letdown. Java didn't even get the Bedrock textures, and it's true, if you shear a sheep on Java, you still can't see what color wool it is until it regrows, and interestingly, I think they could have fixed that by simply giving us the fan concept of sheep variants. They looked so much cooler. Actually, I think we all agree with that, but what are Mojang going to do about what is their first truly hated feature inside of the spring drop? They have got some weird hints from their social media, but also there's the big question of what are they going to announce at Minecraft Live, given that we already know about the next Minecraft update in the form of this spring drop. Well, let's answer these big questions in today's Q&A Saturday, because this is the weekly series where we answer your big questions about Minecraft updates, the universe, and everything in between. And let's start with these brand new sheep, because in response to the controversy, we have 4 posts from the official Minecraft accounts, which is usually where we learn about the latest update stuff, and the first of these is maybe at best hinting at the hot and cold features in the spring drop, because it is one of life's great questions, hot or cold pizza. This is probably just the pizza meme. Then we have a promotion for the Minecraft experience in London. It's starting on the 4th of April. By the way, when I'll be there, come and say hi if you see me. But also, we have encouragement of murder-suicide on Valentine's Day, because they say Striders are red, Wardens are blue. If you were a creeper, I'd still hug you. And then we also have Send This to Your Crush, where they remind you that you could crush them like a melon block under a piston. In other words, Minecraft social accounts have gotten a little memey, which is a shame because they built this big hub that you could follow if you wanted to learn not just about the next update stuff, but also they'd start dropping hints about it, and that is still something they'll do. But how do you know if hot and cold pizza is a hint or a meme if their memes look like hints and their hints look like memes? And some of their memes are just terrible advice. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, if your loved one is a creeper, don't let them hug you. They'll die if they do that. That is terrible advice unless you're trying to get rid of them, which isn't the message to be sending on Valentine's Day. But anyway, so in response to these sheep, I'm gonna do my best to answer people like Dawn23716, who say if they think it's gonna be dumb to get wool because it's almost night and you need a bed, so you're gonna find 1 blue wool, 1 cyan wool, and 1 white wool. This isn't actually a great reason to hate the new changes though, because every biome will still have a most common sheep that will still spawn more than 80% of the time, so you shouldn't be getting that much variety, in the same way that most of the time right now you'll get white wool. That wool will just be grey in the cold biomes and brown in the hot ones, which is very interesting. But the actual hatred comes from people saying like, well, how can Minecraft say they want to be educational and then have a naturally spawned blue sheep? And this is an immersion breaker for some people. And so what is Mojang's response going to be? I actually do think that this isn't rage bait. I think Minecraft really didn't realize how much people didn't like this, but there's 3 easy responses, I think. One is the most fun is having new wool colors. I don't think that's likely, Hio77, but it's a great idea. I do think that they could just have a new model and then keep that new model with the new colors, but I think even that wouldn't deal with people's upset of these colors. So what if instead they took the idea from Chaos Cookie and basically had the same model as they do right now, where there's common, uncommon, and rare sheep, but instead of that rare sheep always being the pink sheep, the rare sheep varies based on the biome and can be a fun color because it's not going to be seen very often, orange in the hot biomes and blue in the cold biomes, but then you keep the common and uncommon sheep the same way it is right now, just mixed up around the world to still create that feeling of each biome being different, but without having to mess with people's perception, and then you get that really fun rare feeling of the pink sheep. And speaking of fun rare feelings, Cam has the rare feeling of the fact that they should retexture the leaf litter. A lot of people are agreeing with this, by the way, that why should leaf litter have brown leaves if the tree leaves can't turn brown? And let me show you something fun.
Look, it's literally leaf litter in real life. You hear these crunchy noises?
Yup, that's right. Leaves will literally turn brown when they're on the ground, even if they were green when they left the trees, which means that it is entirely fair to add these. I also think that they add a lot of life to Minecraft, and they let you simulate an autumny environment if you want to add them everywhere. Should you be able to change the colors of leaves? Well, that is a fun question too. Maybe they should just make a brown tree, right? An autumny biome. The maple wood, if you will. Wait, the prophecy, the one cow prophecy has theorized that we will be getting the maple wood before the end of this update, and so maybe that's their solution to the final season they need to come through. Speaking of final season, here's a fun question from Aiden C9345, because they ask, if you have an old realm, can you still get the updates if you go to new chunks in your world? He says realm, but I assume he means world, and so I've loaded up my old survivor world, even though it is hosted on a realm, which might be useful to you, and so I've decided to show you that this world loaded up in 2012, you can see that here on this YouTube channel, but also with your own eyes right now. This generation does not exist in current Minecraft. But yeah, in this exact world, which is all these years old, I should still be able to find new features if, and only if, I go to new chunks that I've never stepped foot in before. And so to test that, I've come to a village which is about 10,000 blocks away from spawn. I've never seen this before, but wow, look at that. Here is leaf litter. Very, very cool. As you can see, new generation changes in any Minecraft world for any Minecraft update, with very, very few exceptions, are available in any world, because when a game loads up a new chunk, it loads it under the current set of world generation rules, which means you'll find a new village. These villages did not exist back in 2013, but you'll also find things that are much newer than that, such as these, which are literally only available in Snapshot and Preview right now, because that's what I'm playing for the sake of showing you this fun feature. So yeah, I can now use these leaf litters. I should also be able to find some wildflowers if I look for long enough, because and also the new generation from 1.20 1.60, because all of this has changed since oh look, I got a bush here too. All of this has changed and it's very, very fun. By the way, why is it that I say bush like bush when this person's only ever heard it said like boosh, and apparently 125 people agree with him, so I figured I should address this. The U sound in English is actually, if it's not a capital, pronounced like an sound, so instead of saying goon, you would say gun, for example, and so instead of saying boosh, apparently a lot of you have been saying that, you should be saying bush, and if you want more pronunciation lessons, I can actually give them to you on my Yacht, but we'll do that in the future. For now, we need to answer this important question from Guta Maruna, given that we're in a village anyway. So the new trading is coming to normal gameplay and not locked behind experimental, and this is a great question, and the answer is no. The new trading is not coming to regular gameplay, only the new cartography trades and the new Wandering Trader trades, which is actually really awesome. If you don't know, you can buy wood from the Wandering Trader, and you can buy 8 of it for 1 emerald, but that gives you enough sticks to get 64 sticks, and then sell those for 2 emeralds. The Wandering Trader is moving from the stingiest villager to being one of the most useful, and I love that change, and it's a great example of Mojang finally saying, you know what, we're doing all these experiments, and people love about 60-70% of these, so why don't we implement just the side that people love? And so getting the positive side of the villager trading update is a really good sign, especially for anyone on Bedrock. You know, all of my homies out here are having the same problem with our healing sucks on Bedrock, and the reason that the healing can't be fixed to match Java is because on Java they changed the healing at the same time they fixed the combat. Big air quotes on fixed, by the way. But the interesting thing now is that Minecraft's combat update is so old that I found this while looking at some of my videos today, but Minecraft's combat update's original versions are closer to the release of Battle minigame than they are to the current day. That is how old and ancient the combat update is, and so why doesn't Minecraft just say, let's take the good bits of this and not the bad? The same could be said for the Minecraft update, I guess, but I hope that the drop system is a good sign that Minecraft is going to be doing this more and not less. By the way, yes, we still don't have a pause feature on Bedrock. I am amazed that that is true too, but if you're curious as to what happened with the pause feature, because it did feature in my video, and indeed I think a lot of content creators' videos about the update, despite the fact that Minecraft removed it at the last minute, and even though I tried to make very clear with the correction that it's not, I didn't see the same from others, I do want to make the point here that it's really crucial to know that Minecraft's pause feature being removed at the last minute is something that no one was expecting, but I think has to be down to, yeah, they want to roll it into this next update. So even though it's 2025 and we don't have the pause function yet, I am sure that this is the year where we will eventually get it, because it's been in this weird partially, you know, it should be behind an experimental toggle if I'm being honest with you, but the fact that it's not is a bad sign, but hopefully not such a bad sign that we won't get it inside of the spring drop. And by the way, one last question about lodestones. Isn't it basically a useless block if you're on Java and press F3? No, it's really useful for showing someone around your world when a book with coordinates is too cumbersome, and even on Bedrock where you can see coordinates easily, it's just so handy to point people to multiple directions and label what those directions are. I think it's incredibly handy, and that's why it's going to be great that they're actually lowering the cost. They're removing that netherite ingot from it, and I think this is such a game changer, and it's one of the reasons why I think the spring drop is one of the first updates in forever where instead of having to do things before the update because they're going to get harder, there's lots of things you don't want to do before the update because they're going to get easier, one of which is explore your world, because obviously you won't find these fun little leaves under the trees. But yeah, speaking of leaves under the trees, I think it's now time to go into the big question, the Expeditious 11322, I said the numbers right, I swear. They ask, isn't there supposed to be a Minecraft Live this spring? What would they reveal if they are going to release the current spring drop soon though? And this is the huge change that Minecraft have made to the update and drop system. Now, instead of having one update and one Minecraft Minecraft Live a year, we get 4 drops and 2 Minecraft Lives a year, and so where we used to have the next year's update revealed at Minecraft Live, because the previous one had released for quite a few months, now they effectively always have to be somewhere in the transition between 2 updates, and so if we know there is going to be a Minecraft Live in the spring, we know it's going to be somewhere around April, but the exact date hasn't been confirmed. But if they do that, they're going to probably follow the same thing they did with last year's Minecraft Live, because what they did there is they revealed the bundles and hardcore drop, which was coming out literally a few days or weeks from there, and then they revealed for the first time in images and video the next drop after that, the Garden Awakens. And so now they're probably going to do the same, where the spring drop will be ready to release. They can say, this is coming out on Tuesday, here are all of the features, it's already been locked in stone for a couple of weeks now, because it will likely be inserted at that point. They'll probably be done developing the spring drop by Minecraft Live this year, and then they'll have spent some time developing the next drop, and we'll see the earliest version of that. This is a much faster, much more streamlined way for Mojang to do releases, and I'm really extra excited about this next update, because just a reminder, this would be, the June update of each year is usually when they do these big versions forwards, and given that we're already at 1.20, 1.70, I think now is the time we have to make that version jump to 1.22. Will 1.22 be a bigger update that they'll call an update rather than a drop, because they implied they'd still be doing both? Honestly, I'm not sure if even Mojang knows at this point, but I do know that whatever they've got up their sleeves is going to be exciting, because I love these kind of mini drop ideas where they get to play with something they've wanted to do for a while, they get it all out there, the controversy's all done in a few weeks, and then wow, it's packaged and ready to go. We have just a few more weeks off the spring drop, and I'm going to be excited sharing exactly what happens in it with you. For now though, I'm going to go off to a party actually. I think a friend of a friend has just bought a place in London, very impressive. So I'm going to go there, congratulate them, and definitely make it look like more people know them, make them look even more respectable when people come in, and then as soon as my social battery is dead, I guess I'll be gone. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you on April the 4th. I'll also be there on the 11th. If you are happening to go to the Minecraft real world experience, I could sign something if you have a long boy or a toy cat or something, or I take a picture or whatever it is that people want. You could probably do it within decent reason, right? That's the rules of public. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!